Welcome to learning Microsoft Excel from very scratch level to the mastery level. So in this journey, I am along with you to become masters in Microsoft Excel. But before we will dive into learning Microsoft Excel, first we will understand what is Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet program which allows users to enter the numerical values or data into the rows or column of a spreadsheet, and this data can be used for the various purposes, such as for the purpose of calculations, graph, statistical analysis, and so on. Now we will understand in which domain the Microsoft Excel widely used. As we know, this is the one of the widest used program or software globally from the Microsoft. So Microsoft Excel is widely used to perform analysis and to organize the data in a proper manner. So in which domain this software has been used? Microsoft Excel has been used for the purpose of data entry, data management, accounting, financial analysis, charting, graphing, programming, time management, task management, financial modeling, customer relationship management, and so many other disciplines, domains as well. So join with me to learn the Microsoft Excel from very scratch level to the master level. So when you open the Excel and clicking on the blank workbook, Excel will be create blank worksheet or workbook for you. In this worksheet, there are number of rows and columns are there. Horizontal are called as a number of rows and vertical are number of columns. So before we will learn Microsoft Excel, it is very important to understand the graphical user interface of Microsoft Excel. So before we will learn any software, not only for the Excel, any software you will going to learn, it is very most important to understand the graphical user interface of that software so that you can easily getting started with the software and use the tools or commands for your purpose. So we will start first with the file menu. So when we will click on the file menu, these are the options are available with us. So in the info tab, there are the options available related to the info, like protect the workbook, inspect the workbook, manage the workbook, and so on. In the new tab, you will be see the options related to creating a new worksheet, whether you want to create the blank worksheet or any template which is ready-made available with the predefined Excel installation. If you have any file already in your drive, local drive or from server, you want to open that file or Excel sheet, so you can open that file from here as well. You can save your current Excel file. You can save as your current Excel file with a different name. You can go for the print, share with the other colleagues, and then after export to a different format such as PDF, XPS, and so on. And you can close current file of the Excel. Very most important into the file menu is related to the options. So when you go for the options, there are so many options available with us. So we will understand all these options and in very detail as we will gradually move forward to the course. So this is about file menu in the graphical user interface of the Excel. Next we will discuss about the ribbon or tabs into the Excel. So in the previous video we have seen about the file menu from the user interface. Now in this video we will see what is ribbon and how it is useful for us. So ribbon is nothing but from home, insert, page layout, formulas, all these things are considered into the ribbon environment. So in the ribbon there are mainly three things. One is the tab, then after is the panel, and then after is tool or command. So what is the tab? So as you can see, there are so many tabs: home, insert, page layout, formula. So these are all called as a tabs of the ribbon. Within each individual tabs there are individual panels are there. So clipboard panel is there, font panel is there, alignment panel is there, number, style, cells, and so on. If you will be go to the insert tab, here there are different panels are there. If you will be go to the page layout tab, here there are different panels are there. And within each and every panel there are commands, or we can say tools are there. Let's say for example, in the home tab, in the clipboard panel, there is a command or tool related to the cut, copy, paste, format painter, and so on. So this is about your ribbon tab within the Excel. Now in the panel there are some arrows are there. So as you can see, into the clipboard panel there is an arrow. So this arrow basically indicates more options related to the clipboard. If I will be click on font, so as you can see, more options related to the font available at here. If I will be click on alignment, so more options available related to the alignment. Similarly, page layout, data, and in the outline, as you can see, more options are available, or we can say more settings are available related to this panel. So next we will see what is this sheet composition. Hello and welcome to everybody. So in the previous video we have seen about the ribbon interface of the Excel. So now in this video we will see what is the sheet and how we can organize this sheet. So here by default sheet 1 has been written at here. So if you want to rename it, you can right click on it and go to the rename, and you can use, let's say, work book 1 and press the enter to rename it. So you can rename the sheet of this Excel file. If you want to create a new sheet, you can just click on new sheet icon or plus icon. So by doing this, Excel will be create a new sheet for you, and you can also give the reference of this sheet to this sheet for the purpose of calculation and so on. That all that thing we will see into the further videos as we will proceed further for the course. If you want to copy this sheet with content, you can also do the copy. You can right click on it, and here there is an option of move or copy. So if I will be click on move or copy, and here there is an option of create a copy. So by turning on this option and move to the end and click on OK. So as you can see, workbook 1, 2 has been created, which is exactly same copy of this sheet with all the content has been also written. Obviously you can also right click and rename it, and you can rename as per your requirement. Let's say one number. You can also right click and delete it. It will be asked Microsoft Excel will permanently delete this sheet. You can simply click on delete. You can also right click here, delete it, and here there is an option of scrolling. So we can do the scroll to the left, scroll to the up and down. So here left and right, and you can also go to the arrow to move further for the next number of rows as well as next number of columns. You can also do the zoom in zoom out of the entire sheet by clicking on this minus icon or plus icon. By default we will keep 100%. You can also change the view presentation like normal or page layout or page breakup and so on. What is the difference between all these three view presentation, that we will see later on. Hello and welcome to learning Microsoft Excel. So in this video we will see how we can effectively use mouse into the Microsoft Excel. So as you can see in the Excel we have number of rows and number of columns. So intersection of row and column is called as a cell. And when you want to zoom this entire sheet, you can simply click on this plus icon, or you can simply click on this minus icon, or you can press the control key and with the help of scroll bar in the mouse zoom up, forward or backward. So you have to press the control key and forward your scroll wheel of the mouse or backward your scroll wheel of the mouse. So we will zoom to certain area. Let's say I am keeping up to 145 or 150%. Now first icon of the cursor with the help of mouse in the Excel is this plus icon. This plus icon indicates the cell. So as we can see, I can click on this cell, so my current cell will be active. This. How you can identify what is your current cell? So as you can see, this cell is the intersection of B and 4. So here B and 4 is highlighted so that you can see that current cell is B4, or you can also see your current cell from here. So here it is written B4. If I am clicking here, so as you can see my current cell is changed to the D7 and so on. Now what we can do with the help of mouse into the Excel, the first thing is related to the making current cell. So as you can see, you can simply click on any cell to make it current cell. Now the second way is what? When you currently active any cell and when you move the mouse over the corner, lower right corner of the cell, the plus icon will be displayed like this. Okay, so in order to demonstrate this, let me type only 12 and press enter. You can also follow along with me. You can also type any number and you can simply activate that cell and you can do the click and drag. So that 12 number is copied all the way. Similarly, you can click and drag to the right side. So that 12 number is copied to the columns as well. Now I can click on any other cell, and to delete or to remove all this data, you can simply click on this cell and click and drag to multiple select rows and column. What you can do? You can click on or activate any one of the cell and click and drag to select multiple rows and column, and you can simply press delete key from your keyboard, or you can right click and simply use the delete and simply click on shift cell left, so that one will be deleted. Now instead of number, if I am typing any day, let's say Friday, and now I can select this or making current this cell active, and you can simply click and drag. So as you can see, my days are changing automatically: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. Similarly, you can also click and drag to the right side. So those data are also changing. So as you can see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and so on. Okay. You can also simply select make current cell only this Friday, and you can click and drag to the right side. As you can see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. Now let me select everything and press the delete key from the keyboard. Now let me type number. So let's say 12 number, enter, and let's say 24 number, enter. So here the interval between the two number is 12, right? So what I can do, I can select these two cell, multiple, I can select this two cell, and then after I can do the click and drag. So as you can see, my numbers are increasing into the interval of 12. Okay. Next, what we can do with the help of mouse, you can simply click on any one of the cell, and when you move the mouse over the corner of the cell, there is an icon of move with a cursor. So you can click and drag, so the cell will be placed at any other location as per your requirement. Hello friends, welcome to learning Microsoft Excel. So in this video we will see how to enter the text or numbers into the Excel, and how we can generate some sort of report using the formulas. So you can also follow along with me. I am going to click on file and just close my current workbook. I don't want to save, so click on don't save. You can go to the file, new, and click on blank workbook. If you have already opened a blank workbook, you can directly follow along with me. So I am clicking on the cell A1, intersection of column A and row 1, and here I am typing serial number. So I am typing capital SR, serial number, and then I can either use tab key or press the enter to accept the text serial number. Then I want to move the mouse to the cell B1, and here I want to write month. Press the tab key. Then after, so tab key will be used to switch your cell to the next cell. So right now I am in C1 cell, and here I am writing cells, and then after I can just type or press the tab key. Then here I can type expenses, press the tab key. Here I can type profit, press the tab key. Now in the serial number, I can type 1, press the enter, 2, press the enter. So in the previous video we have seen we can select the multiple columns and rows, and then you can just move the mouse over the corner of the column rows, and you can click and drag until you will be get the number of 12. Here you can write short description of the month, that is Jan. You can also follow along with me with the same exercise, Jan, Feb, and then you can select the multiple, March, April, up to the December. In the January month, let's say my company have sells about the 1500, then after 2000. In the February month, then after let's say 2500, again reduced to 2100, You can also enter the data as per your requirement. You can also enter the data into decimal. Similarly, you can also enter the data into the expense cell. So in the expense cell, let me write expense about January month is 1000. You can enter the any numerical values at here. So in the previous video we have entered the datas, serial number, months, sales, expense, profit, and let me also write here totals. Okay, so this one will be gives me the total of the sales, total of the expenses, and I will be make a calculation for the profit, and finally I will be go for the total of the profit. So here instead of profit, in my case I can also write profit slash loss, because in some of the month I have more expenses than the sales. Okay, now as you can see, this is my completely new spreadsheet or new Excel sheet, and I have just entered the data. Till now I have not saved this file. So let me first save this file. How to save the file? Go to the file menu, and here there is an option of save, or you can use this save icon from the quick access toolbar. This is called as a quick access toolbar, or you can use keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus S. So let me use Ctrl S, and here there is an option of browse. So I can go to the browse, and in the document I want to save the file. You can also save the file at any location. I want to save the file as name worksheet 1, and type of the file is Excel workbook. We will go in detail with different type of file format that Excel support. Let's say what is the CSV, what is the .txt file format, and so on. So as of now I am using Excel workbook worksheet 1, and simply click on save. So as you can see on the name of worksheet 1, my Excel file is saved. I can just use the save button to save this file. So after entering the data into the Excel and saving the file, it's time to apply some formulas. So welcome to you the world of Excel calculation formulas. So now we will use the various methods or various ways that you can use the calculation into the Excel. Obviously I will be start with very basic level, and then after I will also show you some advanced level of formulas. So as of now in my data, what I have number of months, I have the figures of sales and expenses, and I want to calculate the profit or loss, and I want to also calculate the totals of the profit loss, right? So what I can do, click on the cell wherever you want to start the formulas. So as you can see I am just clicking on this cell. The cell is C15. In your case it may be same or it may be different. if you are follow along same methods or same along with me, so you can also go to the cell number C15. Now to start the formula you have to start with equal sign. So Excel will be understand that some formulas now has to be applied in this cell. So what I want to do, I want to calculate the sum of all these cells. So first I can click on this cell, that is 1500, the cell is C2. Okay, then after I can type plus symbol from the keyboard, then again click on this cell, plus symbol, this cell, plus symbol. So as you can see, Excel is automatically added all the cell to my calculation. Obviously you might be wondering, we don't want to go with this lengthy method. Obviously I will also show you some shortcut that how you can use. So as you can see, we have applied all the cell for the total, and now you have to just press the enter. So as you can see, my total cell is 32,424.54, right? This is my total cell. Now Excel is such a powerful, as you know, if you change the numerical data, it will be also change your total calculations and everything, right? So instead of 1500, let's say in the January month your cell is 3500, and the moment when I will be pressed the enter, my calculation in the total will be updated automatically. So as we can see, instead of 32,000 now it is 34,000 and so on. Now same thing, I want to do the calculation for the expenses. So how you can do it? You can just press the equal key. Now this time I don't want to select individual. This time you can use the auto sum function as well. So I can first press the escape key. Now click on auto sum. So this auto sum will be do the calculation for the automatically all the sum. But as you can see, right now the cell has been picked is wrong. So what I can do, I can click and drag. So the Excel will be able to understand it that we want to do the sum from D2 cell, that is 1000 number, to the D13 cell. Okay, and then just press the enter. So as we can see, my total of expenses has been now come here as well. Let me show you once again. So let me delete it. You can also write is equal to sum, then after bracket, and then after select the cell number D2, that is from the Excel expenses, and click and drag and just complete the bracket, and then after press the enter. So in the previous video we have seen how to calculate the totals by the two ways. One is by the manual and one is by using the sum function into the Excel. Now we will see how to calculate the profit or loss. So I can directly use equal to sign, and I can click on the cell, that is C2 cell, that is 3500 cell for the January month. Then after I can use the minus sign, then after I can use the expenses, and then after I just press the enter. So here you can see this 2500 is my profit for this month. Okay, so what I did, I have to press the equal to sign, then after click on the cells, and then after minus, and then after click on the expenses from the same month, and just press the enter. Now here you can see my value is minus 343. That means here is the loss for this month. Okay, because my sales is 2000 but my expenses exceed the values of the cell, so here it is showing me the minus sign. So simple, you can repeat the step. Equal to, select this cell, minus selecting this cell and press the enter. Similarly, you can also repeat for the same. Select this cell, minus selecting this and press the enter. Now alternatively, you can also do one another method, that is copy paste. So let me show you. I want to click on this cell which is formula base and I want to use Control C. So hold down the Control key from your keyboard and at the same time you have to press the C, that is Control C, that is copy to clipboard. Or what you can do, you can click on this cell and you can click on this icon, copy, that is Control C, which is same which I have used from the keyboard shortcut. And then after, I can highlight all the cell where I want to apply the formula, and then after I want to use Control V. So as you can see, same formula has been applied. Whichever I have copied from this cell, same has been applied at here. Now Excel is smart, intelligent. So as you can see, for the value of 920, it has been automatically take C10 minus D10. Okay, for this it has been automatically take C13 minus D13. Obviously in some cases you do not want to change the cell, so for that you have to use the dollar sign, that I will show you later on, that how to use the dollar sign so that it will be remains constant your cell. But as of now we want to do the profit loss for this 12-month data set. So this is the way that you can do it. Now same thing I want to use. So here as you can see, if you double click on this cell formula, so you can see that this is the formula that you have applied. Or alternatively, if you click on the formula cell, you can also check is equal to sum D2 to D13. You can also wording like range starting from D2 and ending to the D13, right? I want to copy, Control C, go here and press the Control V. So as you can see, my total profit is 1728.54. Obviously this may be in rupees or dollar or euro dollar, anything, right? And we will see in the future how to apply the currency symbol into the number. So this is how you can calculate and you can prepare one simple Excel sheet. So congratulations after completing this exercise, where you learn how to enter the data in form of text, in form of numbers. You have also seen how to apply some formulas and how to use copy and paste function into the Excel. Obviously don't stop, there is much more stuff is available for you, so stay tuned for the course. So now we have completed one sheet from very scratch, from very zero level, and I also want to show you references. So how to use references into the formulas, right? So let's say, as we already calculated profit and loss, right, using formula, same thing I also want to calculate by another method. So let me write here profit or loss. Here you can see my width of the column is little bit narrow than the width of the cell of the text. So what I can do, I can just move mouse between G and H. When cursor will be showing you vertical line with two horizontal arrows. You can click and drag either to the left side or to the right side. So as you can see, it will be allow you to change the width of the cell. So right now, as you can see, my width of the cell is around 4.71, but the moment when I will be go to the right, my width of the cell is 10.71. But let's say you want to go with exact width of the cell. So what you can do, you can select the cell, or you can click on the column number G, go to format, and here there is an option of column width. So click on column width, and here you can type the number, let's say 11, and click OK. So now your width of the cell is 11. Same thing you can also do for the row. So you can click on row and go to format and click on row height. Right now it is 15. So instead of 15, let's say I want to use 20 because this is my title, and simply click on OK. Now here I want to generate a one formula. So is equal to sales minus expenses, enter. So in the previous video I have shown you how to do the copy paste this formula. Now in this video I will show you how to use the relative references. So as you can see, if I am just clicking on this cell 2500, Excel allow you to highlight this formula, that is C2 minus D2. So what you can do, you can just move the mouse to this dark square. Here you can see there is a green dark square. So the moment when you just move the mouse over the green dark square, it will be show you the plus icon with black color lines. You can simply click on that icon and you can click and drag all the way to the bottom side, and you can just release the mouse. So by this way you can also calculate the profit and loss, or you can also calculate or apply the same formula to other cells. Now Excel is such a powerful, as I shown you earlier. If you change the data, let's say 5000, so it will be changed to everywhere in the total of the cells, then after profit loss for this, as you can see, and then after here as well. Clear? Now it's time to understand order of operations in Excel. So how the Excel will be perform calculations, in which order Excel perform the calculations. So if you apply the open and close parenthesis symbol in your calculation, Excel will be recognize it, and Excel will be take those numbers or execute those calculation first. Then after it will be use the power symbol, or we can say caret symbol, and this is used for the power, let's say 2:3 or 5:3 or any number. Then after it will be perform multiplication or division, and then after it will be perform the plus or minus. So let me show you how Excel will be work and how it will be perform the change order of this operation. Let's say here I want to write average. So I am typing average, press the tab key. Now I want to calculate the average of January and February month, right? So value of the January month in the cells is, so here I can write average of Jan and Feb. So here what I want to do, calculate the average of January and February month. So if I directly write equal to sign 3500 plus 2000 divided by 2, then my calculation will be total wrong, because this is not the average of these two value. Obviously the average of these two value will be less, sum of these two divided by 2. But here what Excel perform, Here we have not used the parenthesis symbol, so Excel will be neglect this. We have not used the power symbol, Excel will be neglect this. We have used the division symbol, so Excel will be first calculate this 2, C3 divided by 2, that means 2000 divided by 2, that is 1000, and in that it is adding the C2, that is 3500. So as you can see, 3500 plus 1000, so it will be become 4500. So this is 3500 plus 1000, so 4500 answer is showing you. So this is not the correct answer of average of January and February, and this is the clear demonstration of using the order of operation. So now what I can do, I can simply click on this cell where I have already used the formula, and now let me introduce the parenthesis symbol. So open parenthesis and go to here, close parenthesis, and just press the enter. So now you can see this is my correct answer of average of 2 months, January and February. That is C2 plus C3, that is first it will be do the parenthesis, that is C2 plus C3, that is 3500 plus 2000, and then it will be divided that number by the 2. So this is your total answer will be there. In this video I will show you how ranges will be functioning into the Excel. So what is the range and how it can be helpful to you working with the ranges. Range is nothing but multiple number of rows and columns adjacent to it, that is called as a range. So for example, if I am clicking on the cell number C2, that is 3500, and if I click and drag this cell all the way up to here, let's say up to 13, so this C2 to C13 is called as a range. Now range may be anything. Range can be of by selecting number of columns, or you can also select by click and drag number of columns and rows as well, right? So here my range can be C2 to D13, right? So this is my range. Now after selecting all these columns and rows, if you press the tab key or enter key, so as you can see it will be cycled through to one cell to the another cell, right? Now what is the advantage of using the range into the Excel? You can easily calculate or you can easily see some of the functions by highlighting all these things. So here you can see if I select all these rows and column by click and drag starting from 3500 to the 1431, I can see there are total 24. So 24 number of rows I have selected. So 24 number of cells I can say I have selected. So 1 cell, 2 cell, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on up to 24. Here it can be show you sum. So total sum of all these numbers is this, and total average of all this number is this. So sometimes it becomes very handy when you want to quickly see some of the selected cells or average or count. Okay, so at that time this function working with the range becomes pretty much handy and very useful. In this video we will see how we can freeze some rows and columns so that we can got the information of that rows and column all the way, even though we will do the scrolling or navigation to the left or right or up and down. Let me show you what I mean by that. Here what is happening with me the moment when I will be scrolled down. So here you can see my name of the month or name of the details, top row of the detail has been gone. If I scroll up, then and then it is visible, that serial number, month, sales, expense, and so on. Similarly, if I will be scroll to the left, so here you can see my serial number and name of the month has been also gone, right? So basically what my purpose is, I want to freeze the top row, right? So that if I will be do zoom in, zoom out, or scroll up and down, my top row should be visible as it is. So how to do that operation? So it is very important how this freeze panel will be work. Okay, freeze panes will be work. So wherever you are click, all the rows above that selection or about that current cell will be freeze. So right now I am clicking on serial number 1 and I am clicking on the view tab and clicking on the freeze pane and clicking on the freeze panes. So now here you can see there is a one line that is available at here. So if you will be do the scroll down, as you can see your top rows will be remain as it is, right? So that you can go got those information wherever you are clicking. So here my number of data is only up to 12, but let's say you have hundreds of data or thousands of data. At that time this one will be become very most important. Similarly, if I am doing scrolling to the left, as you can see my serial number and name of the month is still not visible. So what you can do, now I am clicking on row number cell number C2. Cell number C2 means what? If I am doing the cell number C2 selection current and now going to the view tab, freeze pane, and let me click on unfreeze pane first, and again going to view tab, freeze pane, and let me do the freeze pane again, so that it will be keeps all the rows and column visible while the rest of the worksheet scrolls, okay, based on current selection. This is important. So now right now I am current in C2 cell and click on freeze pane. So as you can see this top row is freeze and these two columns are also freeze. So if I will be scroll down, as you can see this top row will be remain as it is, and if I will be scroll left, as you can see name of the serial number and name of the month will be remain as it is. So this is how you can use freezing pans into the Excel, and this is very most important while you are working with a large amount of data sets.